Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be about the VLookup function in Microsoft Excel Online. Works very similar to, actually almost identically to VLookup in traditional Excel. But basically, for those of you who don't know, VLookup is a lookup function. You look at it sort of vertically by column. Basically what we can do is we can just look up for any value and then get a value in a separate column. So let's say we wanted to say, look up fragile states index. We'd use some lookup and we could determine what we want from the fragile states index row. For example, if we selected something like Senegal, we could, under the column Senegal, we could specify what value for fragile states we wanted. Basically, that's how it works. So we're going to first put in our equal sign because it's a function. Start with VLookup, and of course here it automatically fills it out for us. Now we want to look up value. Our lookup value is basically just the cell we want to put our lookup, or we want to input our lookup. So let's just say we can do I5. Now next we need to choose the table. Choose the table range basically. So what you can do is you can say, for example, we'll start at A3 colon. Because it starts at A3 here, we want to start from this area, go all the way down to F11. That's the table we're going to be using, so F11. Next we need an index. So the index is basically our entire table. It starts from the far left of the table. So for example, this index, this column here, our GDP, HDI, doing businesses, that's what we want to kind of enter into our I5 cell. So we're going to select, so basically this is just, we're not going to select anything actually, but this is just our index number 1 because it's the first to the left of our table. This here is index 2. Notice it doesn't include the countries, or Senegal in this case. Here is 3. This is column 3 under Cote d'Ivoire, column 4 under Nigeria. So let's just say we want column 4, which is Nigeria. So we'll put in 4. And finally we have to put in either true or false. Basically if it's true, if we put in true, it will give us an exact value. If we put in true, it will give us an approximate value if it's true, if it works, basically, and false will give us a actual or accurate value. So just go for false right now, and you can see here it gave us the NA, not applicable or not NA sign. Basically, because that, for example, I5 has nothing in it. So basically, if we put in I5. Let's try to put in ease of doing business. Oops. For example, we have I5. Let's try HDI. And it gives us the number back. So we put in HDI, where our value was 4, so we moved over 1, 2, 3, 4. Gave us 0.539 and gave us 539 in there. We can do this with another one. We can do this with GDP billions. Just copy that over. And it gives us GDP billions in Nigeria. So we want to find the GDP per billions. Our column was 4, which is under Nigeria. And we have our full GDP. So it just returned that. And we'll do one more thing. Let's try fragile states index. And it gives us 98. So Nigeria's fragile states index is 98. Now, you do need to remember what exactly column you're trying to get from. So what you can do is you can just say, we could just type in another cell right next to it, Nigeria column. Basically, that's one way you can do it. Just sort of organize your data. Again, we can just say input or something like that. You can format it basically however you want. But basically, this is the end. Well, it's basically the basics of VLookup. It's very powerful, especially if you have many different rows and columns. But yeah, that's all there is to it. I hope you guys found this video helpful and enjoyable. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.